Now let's talk about the main windows. There's really two main windows. There's the mix window and the edit window. And if we use command and the equal sign, we can toggle back and forth between them. Now, for a lot of people, when they're using Pro Tools, they prefer to have a second screen. So that's definitely an option. And for me, I actually have three screens. And so I really utilize that. And anytime I'm really just doing a full-blown session, I really need every screen I can get to so that I don't have to have the toggle thing. But a lot of people do have the limitation of using one screen. So there is a fix for that. There is an option for that. If we go to Window, you'll see that there's a configuration section and then there's the arrangement section. If we go and arrange and we tile, what we're able to do is tile any Pro Tools windows that are being used. So like if you'll notice this window's here, the mix window's here. If we added some other windows, we brought in our transport, we bring in a big counter, which is fun. A lot of times we use that for video work, the color palette. And again, we go back in and we tile. What it's going to do is it's going to allow us to put everybody here. The other thing we can do is we can cascade, but then it gets weird because everybody's kind of stacked. That's really what that is. So let's take a look at this. If we eliminate a bunch of these, like the browser and the MIDI events window, we don't need all that stuff. Let's go back and let's just work the tile between the mix and the edit. We have a few options that are fantastic. We have the tile horizontal or tile vertically, and those are both great options because depending on what you're doing and how many tracks you have, one of those is really better than the other. So if I tile vertically, what you'll notice is they're side by side. And again, this works really well if in the mix window we need a lot of vertical height. And that one of the reasons why might be that we are running just a ton of different plugins. We have a ton of different options. And down here in this little menu in the corner, we can select what stuff we want to see. And so maybe we just don't want to see anything at all. It will limit us, to pretty much almost nothing. And if we want, we can actually just select a few different things that we need and not much else. So like if we just say, let's get inserts, let's get sends, let's get, meters and faders. Great. And that's all we need. So now if we look at this, this fits in our vertical space pretty well. But let's say we needed less. Like if we're just doing tracking, a lot of times, we might not even really need a whole bunch on sends or inserts. And now all of a sudden, this makes it super easy if we want to tile horizontally, because now it fits. We're not missing information here, and we can flip these, we can flip who's where pretty quickly. And now we're seeing the edit window, which we need long ways a lot of times when we're tracking, and then we can see all the stuff down below if we needed it right here. And it's pretty quick and easy. And if as you get into each window, when you hover over them, you can move around. You can still do your scrolling or moving around. But that's definitely this. I think the thing is too is that it makes it nice when you're using a real mouse. So even if you're on a laptop, it really does benefit to get an external mouse, because then you have a lot of flexibility, whether you're using a jog wheel of some kind or some roller ball to really move quickly. So like right now I'm using the traditional Apple roller ball with the little teeny ball at the top. And that just makes this thing fly. So like up, down, over, up, down, over. That just makes this part go fast instead of having to do it with the two-finger scrolling and all that other stuff. So that's it. The main windows are really easy and accessible. And again, the mix is going to handle all the mix components, and the edit's going to handle all the editing. And once you have a configuration that you like, you can actually save this, and you can say, all right, this is my new configuration. You can save it and say that it's going to include the window layout, and you can name it, and you can save it. Once you save it, then you can always come back to it. Each time you're in a new session, you can come back to this configuration that you love. Anyway, that's it.